Her loving care and support for Calvin these 46 years have our deep admiration. Even when Calvin developed dementia, Betty just didn't give up on him and let him sit in a rocking chair. She kept him active in life and clubs and activities they were in, and just interacting with people, and she kept him dancing. I think this added years to his life with us, and thank you, Betty, for that gift of devotion and strength. I want you to know that we love you for it. Now to tell you how I came to meet Calvin Lamont. That, of course, was because of my sister Miriam. She was 10 years my senior, and as all younger kids do, you look up to the older ones. After all, you're headed that way too. And you want to get all the tips you can get along the way, maybe even not make some of the mistakes they make. A word to describe my sister would be feisty. She was very pretty, popular, loved to dance and sing. Amanda, that sounds familiar. In fact, our home, we sang every day. That's what we did in the olden days. We sang when we drove in the car. We didn't have radios. So we sang, and Miriam and I used to do the dishes. And she would wash the dishes, and I would dry them, and we sang. And she taught me the words to all the songs of all four branches of the armed forces, and I could probably sing some of them, but I won't let me. So, she had a lot of boyfriends, and she always brought them home. Being only 9 years old at the time, I can remember what in the world she would see in some boy she would bring home. In fact, many times I'd whisper a little prayer, please God, don't let her marry this one. And then one day, she brought home Calvin Lamont. My goodness, what a different pick this was. I mean, if a parent could make a checklist of all the attributes they would want their daughter to have in a boyfriend, you could just check off every one for Calvin. He came from a great family. He was active in his church as we were. He'd served his country in the Navy during World War II. He'd been an Eagle Scout. In fact, he was still involved in scouting, being the scoutmaster of the troop in his church. Personally, he had a friendly smile, dimple in his chin. Great personality, kind, caring, and very important to my sister, he loved to dance. And very important to me, and to little girls of my age, he was cute. And I immediately started thinking, oh, please, I hope she knows this one. And she did. Remember I mentioned Calvin being a scoutmaster? Well, I was in the Girl Scouts at the time, and it was announced that Calvin's Boy Scout troop and ours was going to get together for a community activity, and they were coming to our church. On the night of this big event, since we were the host troop, we were in the social hall early and were told we'd sit in a big circle. So we formed our half of the circle and actually sat there waiting for the boys to come. Now, can you just see the atmosphere in this? 9 and 10-year-old little girls sitting in the circle waiting for the boys to come in. And what that conversation might have been like. You know, you think it will be like, do you think we're going to have to hold any of their hands if we have an activity? What do you think? And all these, we were just a giggling mess. And then they came in. Calvin, of course, was with them, and he looked so handsome in his uniform. After all, he was young. I mean, he was not a fatherly figure in the Scoutmaster, or grandfatherly. And remember, I told you, he was cute. Now, I was shy at the time, so I hadn't really made a big deal about being related to him, or even knowing him to my friends in the troop. When he spied me across the room before things got started, he came across the room, and as I got up to greet him, he just reached down, gave me a big old hug, kissed me on the cheek, and said, was just completely gobsmacked. To think that Calvin took the time to acknowledge me in that affectionate way was just so endearing to me. And then as I watched him as he led the whole program, we sang wonderful, funny songs. If you've never been a part of all of that, you really miss something because you're really good. And we took part in activities, and Calvin showed us how to interact with those boys and enjoy their company. What a wonderful night of fellowship and fun we had. And I found myself so proud of my brother. That opinion of him has never changed to this very day. I recently told Larry and Keith, my sweet sister couldn't have picked a better man to be her father. And I know they believe that too. And after all, that's why we're here today, because we all love Calvin a lot. And to say thank you to God for sending him to bless our lives.
Wow. Thank you.